Hey, welcome back to level 15 of coding. Today we're going to be harvesting with conditions. So we're going to be like farmers, just like that first level so long ago. But this time we're going to be using conditional blocks like we've been using in the last couple of levels to help us make decisions on what kind of crops to pick and how to get them. So we're going to be jumping right in. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, here we are. So in this first in this first task of level 15, it's asking us to harvest corn. So we know that as we move forward, it says there'll either be 0 pieces of corn or 1 piece of corn. So there's all of these sprouts in our path, and we've got to make our farmer harvest the corn. So first thing we've got to do is decide how we're going to move around. So it looks like it's just a straight line. So I'm going to pull out and move forward. Did say there was corn, so I'm going to use this conditional block. So if there is corn, I would like to pick corn. So let me link all those together. And if I hit run, see what happens. All right, so it shows me the corn. But I didn't keep going. So let me hit reset. So that means I'm missing something. So I've got 2 choices here for repeating actions. I've got my normal repeat block, or I've got while path ahead. So while path ahead will continue indefinitely until the path ends. So I'm going to just choose that. And I'm going to put all of these commands inside of it. So while path ahead acts like a repeat block, but it is like a conditional block because it will stop if something gets in his way. So let me hit run again. You can see that little radar thing pops up like we've seen in the past, and he just keeps going until he gets to the end. And that's it. All right, so here we are on task 5. So I skipped a couple ahead, and this time we've got another unknown. It's not just what kind of crops there are, but we don't know how many there are. So it does say that there's only lettuce in this garden, but each one of those sprouts could be a number of different amounts of lettuce. So it looks like I'm moving forward again. So it looks like it's all in a straight line. So I'm going to pull out and move forward. And I'm going to see what else I have available. Well, it says pick lettuce. So I'm going to pick lettuce. I know I'm going to need one of those. So while path ahead, that was useful last time. So I'm going to use that again. So I'm going to while path ahead, move forward. And I've got a new conditional block. So this new conditional block is while there is lettuce. So that will allow me to not just pick lettuce once, but continue to pick it until it's all gone. So this is very similar to the corn one that we did in task 2. Other than we're moving kind of vertically on the screen instead of horizontally. But the big difference here is it's not if, it's while. So if allowed it to happen once, but while will allow it to happen until the task is done, until all of the lettuce is picked. So let me hit run. Let's see if that works. It says 5 out of 5 blocks, so I should have the correct amount. Okay, there he goes. You can see there's different amounts. There's numbers there on the screen, and he's chomping his way through them all. All right, there we go. And I know it's been a little while, but if you run into problems, you can always click that light bulb to get some hints. Now I'd like to skip forward again. So this is one of the challenging ones. So let me start this one over. All right. So I see that there are sprouts everywhere. So it says collect all of the corn and lettuce, then pick the pumpkin. So I've got 3 different kinds of crops. I could see that they're all over the place, but I don't know what any of them are until I start. Now, I've also got some like kind of obstacles in my path. There's kind of like, I can't tell. Oh, that's a cow. It's a cow. So yeah, there's some cows in my way. But if I look at this I see a pattern. So if I go all the way across until I hit the end and then turn, I can go all the way to the bottom until I hit the end and then turn. And then I've got this kind of like bushes or some sort of barrier right here. Then I can turn till I hit that cow, turn, hit the cow, and then I'll make my way to the pumpkin. It's kind of like a spiral. So I'm going to move forward and I'm going to be turning right. So I know I'm going to need that. Let me see what else there is because I don't know how many of these things. So I don't think I need any of those ifs. I think I need whiles. So let me look for some whiles. And it says I know that there's pumpkin, I know there's corn, and I know there's lettuce. All right, so here we go. Here's some whiles. So while there is corn, we'll pick corn. While there is lettuce, we'll pick lettuce. I don't need one for the pumpkin because I could see, that's the only one I could see, that there's only one pumpkin. And then I've got, while there's path ahead, I got some repeats. I got repeat until there's a pumpkin. All right, so I'm going to do that. So you know what? If I put everything in this block, it will keep doing it until I get to a pumpkin. So I think that's a winner. And then I'm going to pick a pumpkin. So let's see. I'm going to move up. So now I think I need a while path ahead. So while there's a path ahead, I'll move forward. That will get me to this first corner. Then I'll turn right. And while I'm moving forward, I'm going to be harvesting crops. So let me put this in there and this in there. So I know I've got a lot of repeats kind of like inside of each other here. So this is kind of like those nested loops that we did back when we were like doing mazes and things like that. But when you've got repeating patterns, these nested loops, so like the purple inside the purple where you kind of have those brackets, work really well. So the first thing I'm telling the computer is I want you to keep doing everything until you reach a pumpkin. So until there's a pumpkin, I'm going to be looking to see if there's a path ahead. If there is a path ahead, I need to move forward. While I'm moving forward, I'm going to be looking for those two different kinds of crops so I can pick them. Now, if there's no longer a path moving forward, I'm going to turn right. And if I'm not at a pumpkin, I'm going to do the whole thing again. So that should do a spiral just like I want. So let me hit run. Let's see what happens. All right. So I can see that almost all of these are one, but there's one crop right here, this corn, where there's 5 of them. So if I had used an if, I would have left 4 pieces of corn out on the field, and that would have been no good. And you can see each step highlighting as it gets to it. All right, it worked. So there's some other challenging ones. There's another, there's a spiral one before this, and there's another kind of spiraling one after it. There's the zigzag kind of level, and we've done zigzags before with our mazes. So, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen and jump back to the classroom. All right, I'm back. So, so I think that with task 2 was pretty simple. Task 5 was pretty simple. There was only a tiny bit of change there. Everything in between them are just about different crops, but no different skills. And then we've got some kind of movement patterns that we're adding into it as well. But they're all things that we've done in the past. I'm sure that you can get through this pretty quickly and pretty easily. So that's it for today. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.